This seemingly simple question has no simple answers. Under the pretense of being for the people, and in the guise of a political party, the Communist Party has indeed deceived millions of people. And yet, it is not a political party in the ordinary sense, but a harmful and evil cult possessed by an evil specter. The Communist Party is a living being that manifests in this world through the party organizations. What truly controls the Communist Party is the evil specter that possessed it when it first came into being, and it is that evil specter that determines the evil nature of the Communist Party. The leaders of the Communist Party, while acting as the gurus of the cult, serve only as the mouthpiece of the evil specter and the party. When their will and purpose are in line with the party, and they serve to strengthen the party, they will be chosen as leaders. But when they can no longer meet the needs of the party, they will be ruthlessly overthrown. A dozen or so ranking party leaders have fallen from grace, which proves the truth of this statement. In fact, the top leaders of the party are walking on a very narrow tightrope. They can either break away from the party line and leave a good name in history, as Mikhail Gorbachev did, or be victimized by the party, like many general secretaries of the party. The people are the targets of the party's enslavement and oppression. Under the party's rule, the people have no rights to reject the party. Instead, they are forced to accept the party leadership and fulfill the obligation to sustain the party. They are also subjected to regular cult-style brainwashing under the threat of coercion from the party. The party members are a physical mass that has been used to fill up the body of the party. Many of them are honest and kind, and may even be quite accomplished in their public life. These are the people the CCP likes to recruit, since their reputation and competence may be used to serve the party. Many others, out of their desire to become an official in order to gain private profits, work hard to join the party. There are also those who chose to join the party because they wanted to accomplish something in their lives and realized that under communist rule they could not do well for themselves in society unless they joined the party. Regardless of the motive for joining, however, once you swear your allegiance in front of the party's flag, willingly or otherwise, that means you have devoted yourself to the party. You will then go through the brainwashing process by participating in weekly political studies. After the bondage of the party nature is imposed on you, once you show your human side, you will be purged or persecuted. You cannot withdraw from the party on your own, even if you want to, for the party, with its entrance yes and exit no policy, would regard you as a traitor. That is why people often reveal a dual nature. In their political life, they show the nature of the Communist Party, and in their home life, they show their human nature. The party cadres hold the power among the party members. Though they may have some choices between good and bad, and the ability to make their own decisions on a few occasions, when required, and for all major events, they, as a whole, have to follow the will of the party. The party mandate dictates the whole party obeys the Central Committee. The party cadres are its leaders at different levels. They are the party's backbone. But they, too, are merely tools of the party. They, too, have been deceived, used, and victimized during the past political movements. The CCP's underlying criterion is to test whether you are following the right guru and are sincere in your devotion. The CCP has acted viciously and wickedly throughout its more than 50-year rule over China. But why do the Chinese people lack a realistic understanding of the CCP's evil nature? Is it because the Chinese people are dumb? No. The Chinese are among the wisest nations in the world. The key lies in the deception, cruelty, and the mind control practiced by the CCP. Not many Chinese would even dare to think of calling the CCP an evil cult. All that people have heard have been the praises of the party, and their minds have been impoverished of any thought other than the ideas that reinforce the CCP. They can only hope that the CCP can reform, or that it might soon have a just leader, but they cannot recognize at all the evil nature of the CCP cult. The CCP keeps on confusing the Chinese people's notions. The CCP equates itself with China and instills the concept that loving the CCP is patriotic, and that being patriotic means loving the CCP in order to cover up its own sins. The CCP has been moving towards its complete doom. What is most troublesome is that this evil cult is stubbornly doing what it can to take the Chinese nation with it into an abyss of corruption and degeneration. There is an old Chinese idiom that means, "There will always be trouble until he who stirs it up is removed." The dying CCP's control over people's minds is now loosening. With the advance of telecommunications and the Internet, people are learning more and more facts. As the corrupt officials increasingly plunder and oppress the people, the public are beginning to wake up from their illusions about the CCP, and many of them have started to exercise civil disobedience. In its persecution of Falun Gong, the CCP has spent 1/4 of China's national resources. Yet the party has failed to achieve its goal of increased ideological control, and also further weakened itself, while at the same time revealing its absolute ruthlessness. This opportune moment has made people reconsider the CCP, and as a result is paving the way for the Chinese nation to free itself from the ideological bondage and completely break away from the control of the communist evil specter. Having lived under the evil rule of the CCP for over 50 years, the Chinese people do not need a violent revolution. Rather, they need redemption of their souls. This can be achieved through self-help, and the first step towards that goal is to become more aware of the evil and harmful nature of the CCP, to reject the communist falsehoods in their minds, clear away the party culture, and remove the CCP control of their minds, so that the evil specter can be eradicated and cleared out. Thus, it will have no place to hide. With the Chinese people's minds set right and human nature returned to its original state, the public would regain its morality and succeed in a transition to a decent, non-communist society. Nations ruled by communists are associated with poverty, totalitarianism, and persecution. There are very few such nations left. Their days are numbered. With the wisdom of the Chinese people, inspired by the historical glory of the Chinese nation, the day will come when people cast aside the party organizations that are attached to the state apparatus, allowing the social systems to function independently, backed up by the core forces of the society. A China that has been freed from the evil possession of communism will be a promising nation. The Chinese need to help themselves. They need to reflect, and they need to shake off the CCP.